person who wrote to me said that they worked on the set of It Ends With Us, okay? And that the villain in this entire story is not Blake Lively, it's not Justin Baldoni, but it is Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan started the fire!
Really weird moment on Deadpool where he said, let's do one more take. And I was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And then as the character, he was like horrifically mean to me.
Have you ever watched a seemingly perfect Hollywood couple and wondered if there's more chaos lurking behind the scenes than we realize? For months now, rumors have been swirling around the highly anticipated film adaptation of It Ends With Us. Most of the chatter focuses on Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, but what if everyone's been pointing fingers at the wrong person all along? Some say the real puppet master and supposed villain might be none other than Ryan Reynolds. Could Hollywood's resident funny guy have a hidden agenda that's creating chaos on set? Grab your popcorn because once we delve into these allegations, you might never see Ryan Reynolds the same way again. The very moment news broke that It Ends With Us was coming to the big screen, fans were on high alert. After all, it's not just another book adaptation, it's a beloved novel with a massive following. Blake Lively, known for her on-screen charm and off-screen fashion statements, was cast in the lead role. Soon after, Justin Baldoni, who also took on directing duties, found himself in the spotlight. People were curious. Could he really bring this emotional story to life without losing its delicate nuances? First, all eyes were on the supposed tension between Blake and Justin. Whispers popped up online, suggesting she was demanding rewrites, stepping on directorial toes, and possibly clashing with the production team over creative decisions. But if you believed everything the internet said, you'd think the entire set was on the brink of collapse. Yet, behind the pointed fingers and heated speculation, some started hinting that the real trouble had a different source. While folks were busy accusing Blake of wielding too much influence, a quiet chorus of insiders began mentioning someone else's name, Ryan Reynolds. Till few people took that speculation seriously. Ryan's the witty star of Deadpool, the comedic presence in countless interviews, and half of one of Hollywood's favorite power couples. Why would he play any part in a behind-the-scenes meltdown, especially when it wasn't even his movie? But then, more details surfaced, unconfirmed stories about him showing up unexpectedly on set, providing unsolicited opinions, and even offering up new script ideas. Suddenly, the pieces started to fit into a far more complicated puzzle. But that wasn't the entire story. There were whispers of something bigger brewing, something that would change everyone's perception of this beloved actor.
The person who wrote to me said that they worked on the set of It Ends With Us, okay? And that the villain in this entire story is not Blake Lively, it's not Justin Baldoni, but it is Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan started the fire!
He goes into Blake Lively's trailer and they have an argument. All of the production assistants overheard the argument, okay? Now, what was at the root of that argument, we don't know, but we can assume it had something to do with what he saw in these dailies, what he read in the script. Who even knows what led him to even visit on this day? And the person says that from that day forward, he started involving himself, that he basically became a chaperone for her on set. He was there basically every day, involved in the projects, wanting to rewrite lines, and suddenly Ryan Reynolds was trying to wrangle this project from Justin Baldoni, okay?
Whenever big names like Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are involved, you can guarantee that every rumor, quote, or slip-up will be amplified across social media. But these new murmurs weren't your typical gossip. Several sources, claiming to be insiders, described Ryan's presence on the It Ends With Us set as overbearing. According to them, he wasn't just visiting Blake to show support. He was diving into aspects of the production normally reserved for the director and production team. Some alleged he was rewriting lines on the spot or challenging Justin Baldoni's direction. Even the crew members reportedly felt a shift in atmosphere whenever Ryan arrived. On the surface, one might shrug it off as a protective husband looking out for his spouse.
He's a Taylor Swift of the movie industry. When he gets upset with somebody, he puts them into a script. We know this because TJ Miller, and they made up after this, I will say that, spoke about this. Take a listen to what TJ Miller had to say.
And I think it's weird that he hates me. We had a really weird moment really weird moment on Deadpool where he said, let's do one more take. And everyone was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And then as the character, he was like horrifically mean to me, but to me.
Cathartic.
As if I'm Weasel.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So he was like, what's great about you, Weasel? You're not the star, but you just, you do just enough exposition that it's funny, and then we can leave and get back to the real.
But the stories became more eyebrow-raising when it was suggested that Ryan's involvement bordered on micromanagement. Why would he care so much about a project that, at least publicly, he had no direct stake in? Curious fans pointed to possible behind-the-scenes motivations. Did Ryan feel the need to safeguard his wife's interests because the adaptation was so important to her? Or was there an unspoken rift between him and Justin? Tension grew more believable when rumors of an on-set argument, overheard by more than one production assistant, made their way onto gossip blogs. Reportedly, Ryan stormed into Blake's trailer after seeing some dailies or reading through a new version of the script.
And that is when this person was a strong contact. I felt good receiving this information from another person who said that it was Ryan Reynolds who marched into WME, okay, which is Endeavor. It's also called Endeavor. It is the biggest talent agency in the world. Every celebrity is under there, from Taylor Swift to Justin Baldoni, and said, it's us or it's him. Like, you're going to drop Justin Baldoni or you're going to lose all of us. And obviously that has a little bit of weight at Endeavor if you're friends with Taylor Swift.
Whatever happened next, it was loud enough for passersby to catch tidbits like, this can't go on, and either we do this my way or not at all. But that was only scratching the surface. A much bigger bombshell was about to drop, and it involved someone who had once worked with Ryan, claiming there was a pattern in his behavior. Ryan Reynolds' comedic timing and quick wit have earned him a solid place in Hollywood's A-list. His persona, easygoing, relatable, and consistently funny, makes him appear almost immune to drama. But a few years back, TJ Miller, who co-starred with Ryan in the Deadpool franchise, shared a bizarre anecdote that clashed with this squeaky clean image. He described a day on set when Ryan, still in character, hurled oddly personal insults at him, as though he'd mixed up fiction with reality. First, fans chalked it up to typical Deadpool banter. The Merc with a Mouth is famous for edgy humor that often blurs the line between character and actor. However, TJ insisted it felt too real, like Ryan was venting actual frustrations through a thinly veiled comedic jab. Critics dismissed it as a misunderstanding, and the story mostly faded away. After all, Ryan has never shown any public signs of that sort of aggression, right? But if these "it ends with us" rumors carry even a shred of truth, it could mean Ryan's had a controlling streak that rarely surfaces in public. Hollywood is no stranger to stars who craft a very different persona once the cameras stop rolling. Could Ryan Reynolds be one of them? If the stories align, it suggests a pattern of behavior, friendly on the outside but capable of intense confrontation behind the scenes. And yet, there was still more to the story than just the rumored arguments. Apparently, Ryan took it to a whole new level with a shocking ultimatum aimed at one of Hollywood's most powerful talent agencies. Not long after the speculation about Ryan's meddling gained momentum, an explosive allegation emerged. Ryan had marched straight into the offices of WME, also known as Endeavor, and delivered a stark us or him ultimatum. For context, WME manages some of the biggest names in the entertainment world, from top-tier actors and directors to global music icons. Losing a client of Ryan's caliber, especially one closely connected to other superstars like Taylor Swift, could be a crushing blow. The story goes that Ryan demanded WME choose between him, and by extension, his network of A-list friends and collaborators, or Justin Baldoni. WME continued to represent Justin. Ryan supposedly threatened to walk away, perhaps taking Blake along with him. For any major agency, the math in that scenario isn't just about one client, it's about the ripple effect it might have on their entire talent roster. Top stars stand behind Ryan, the agency risks losing multiple high-profile clients. Whether or not this confrontation truly happened remains unverified, but the very possibility highlights how powerful certain celebrities are in Hollywood. We hear rumors of behind-the-scenes drama all the time, but rarely do we see it escalate to an ultimatum on that scale. Many fans found the notion hard to believe, insisting Ryan would never resort to such career sabotage. Others said it was unsurprising. Fame, money, and personal loyalty can push even the nicest stars into ruthless territory. This wouldn't be just another gossip item if it didn't spark a massive online debate. Next up, we'll explore how fans have reacted and why the entire internet seems to be in a frenzy over these developments. As soon as the rumor mill started churning out the WME ultimatum story, the online world lit up. Fans and casual observers alike took to social media platforms, from Twitter to TikTok to Reddit, to dissect every detail. Some insisted that the entire drama was blown out of proportion, a classic case of sensationalism feeding on a few stray comments. Others believed there could be fire behind the smoke, pointing to TJ Miller's statements and a handful of new behind-the-scenes leaks. Memes quickly followed, many poking fun at Ryan for supposedly being Hollywood's friendliest troublemaker. One viral post depicted Ryan as a puppet master, pulling strings from behind a stage labeled "It Ends With Us." Another featured comedic mock-ups of him rewriting lines in the script for comedic effect. But not everyone was laughing. Blake Lively's supporters insisted people were scapegoating Ryan for her strong-willed approach to the film. Justin Baldoni's fans, on the other hand, portrayed him as an underdog director overshadowed by an aggressive A-lister. Hashtags like #TeamRyan, #TeamJustin, and #LeaveBlakeAlone gained traction, splitting fandoms into factions. Some believe that Ryan's protective instincts kicked in because of negative gossip targeting Blake. Others argue that his involvement suggests an unchecked ego with too much power. Conspiracy theories even started weaving Taylor Swift into the storyline, implying that because Ryan and Blake are close to her, she might wield her own influence behind the scenes. It was a digital avalanche of commentary, speculation, and what-ifs. With so much chatter, people started wondering if the actual film was being overshadowed. Would this controversy boost the movie's profile or bury it before it even hits theaters? Movies thrive when there's buzz, but not all buzz is good. Question here is whether this drama fuels excitement or casts a shadow over the entire production. For die-hard fans of the novel, the main attraction is seeing a deeply emotional story adapted with the right care and artistry. The behind-the-scenes chaos becomes the central narrative. There's a risk that audiences will focus more on the controversies than on the story itself. On the flip side, controversy often sells tickets. Many successful films have generated massive pre-release interest precisely because of rumored infighting, on-set romances, or feuds between cast members. Some studio executives even welcome a bit of drama if it keeps their project trending. But if the negativity escalates, especially if it tarnishes Ryan's or Blake's public image, it could hurt the film's reception. Some viewers might boycott out of principle, or critics might be harsher if they sense creative control was compromised. Then there's Justin Baldoni's career to consider. He's not just the star and director. He's also developing a reputation in Hollywood circles. If bigger names steamroll his vision, it could reduce his credibility in future projects. And if rumor after rumor paints him as a powerless figurehead, studios might hesitate to trust him with high-profile adaptations. In a town built on perception, every rumor counts. But the stakes go beyond just one movie. For Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, and Justin Baldoni, these controversies could have far-reaching implications for their futures in Hollywood. Hollywood careers can pivot in the blink of an eye. Blake Lively has largely been seen as a calm, confident actress who picks her roles carefully and stays out of heavy scandals. These rumors harden into a narrative that she's difficult to work with or demands undue control. That reputation could shift overnight.
It could boost interest
Co-stars
in the
and
film,
directors
as
might
fans
think
tune in
twice
to see
about
what all the
signing
buzz
on to
is
her
about,
next project
or it
if
could
they
create
anticipate
negative
more
perceptions
friction.
before the movie even
Justin
hits
Baldoni,
theaters.
similarly,
Hollywood thrives
has
on
been
big
carving
names
out a
and bigger
lane as a
stories.
thoughtful
And this
director
saga
whose
proves
projects
that.
often
The question
tackle
is,
deep
will the
emotional
drama help
themes.
It Ends With Us
He's
break records,
perceived as
or will it
losing
end up
control
hurting
to
the project?
outside forces.
That's something
It could
only
undermine
time
his
and the
future as
box
a
office
capable
will
helmer of
reveal.
major
This
films.
controversy isn't just about
Hollywood
a
is
single
all
movie,
about track
it's
records.
about careers,
If studios suspect your
reputations,
set
and
can be
future
hijacked by
opportunities.
bigger
If this
personalities,
drama
it won't matter
spirals
how
further,
passionate you
there's
are
a
about
lot
your
on the
work.
line for everyone involved.
Ryan
Let's
Reynolds,
break it down.
arguably the
As
biggest
the
star
director
in the
of It Ends
mix,
With
faces
Us,
an
Justin
interesting
is in a tough
conundrum.
spot.
He's built an empire on being everyone's favorite comedic action hero, and he's also shown his knack for producing and marketing.
Directors need to have
The general public starts questioning whether he's secretly manipulative or power-hungry. That carefully curated image may take a hit.
Could this drama
Even if
slow
such
down
a
his
shift only
momentum
affects
as
a
rising
fraction of his
director?
fan base, the
Blake is
impact could
already
still
facing
ripple
some
through
scrutiny
endorsement
from
deals,
fans
brand
who think she
partnerships,
might have
and
been
future
too
casting
demanding on
choices.
set. If that
But the
perception
real
sticks,
kicker is
it
how
could
this
tarnish
drama
her
shines a
reputation as
light
one
on
of
Hollywood's
most
power
likable
dynamics
stars.
at large.
And while she has
How
Ryan
far
by her
can a
side,
star go
this
before
kind
they
of
risk
tension can make her
alienating
next
colleagues,
projects more
agencies, and
challenging.
fans?
If co-stars or
In
directors
an industry
feel
where
uneasy
celebrity
working with her,
influence can make
will
or
this
break a
drama affect
project,
how fans
Ryan
and
Reynolds,
filmmakers
Blake
see her
Lively, and
moving
Justin
forward?
Baldoni are
Ryan
prime
might seem
examples of how
untouchable as
star
one of
power
Hollywood's most
intersects with
bankable
creative
stars,
control.
but this situation
Ryan's
could still
rumored
have
ultimatum at
consequences.
WME
If
isn't
fans
just
start to
about
believe
one
he's a
agency.
behind-the-scenes
It's a snapshot of how
micromanager, or that
top-tier
he
celebrities
overstepped his
might
boundaries.
leverage their status to sway decisions. If an actor or actress is popular enough, entire production schedules, budgets, and creative directions can pivot around their demands. Some see this as a natural extension of business. After all, the names that draw audiences wield the greatest power. Others worry it stifles creativity. When an actor or actress pushes too hard, the result might be a compromised vision that bears little resemblance to the original story. The same dynamic applies to the agency system. WME's priority is to keep their biggest stars happy. If that means dropping smaller clients or ignoring directorial visions, they might do it without a second thought. Meanwhile, fans of the It Ends With Us novel just want a faithful adaptation that honors the source material. They're not interested in who argued with whom or how many rewrites were done to appease a Hollywood star. Yet, as we've seen time and time again, the lines between personal drama and professional output often blur. And in the era of social media, every rumor is magnified. Ultimately, whether these rumors hold any truth or not, they've created a tidal wave of chatter that leaves everyone asking, what really happened on that set? So, where does that leave us? Are these tales of Ryan Reynolds storming into WME and rewriting scenes in front of stunned crew members just exaggerated gossip, or are they windows into a much murkier reality? Hollywood thrives on mystique, rumors, and sensational headlines. Sometimes it's nearly impossible to separate the truth from the tall tales, especially when each new nugget of information sparks thousands of tweets, Reddit threads, and viral videos. What we do know is that everyone involved, Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, Ryan Reynolds, and even the agents at WME, has a lot riding on It Ends With Us. The film has the potential to be a standout adaptation, especially with a fan base as devoted as Colleen Hoover's readers. Yet it could also become a cautionary tale if the drama behind the curtain overshadows the story itself. For now, it's up to you to decide what you believe. Are these whispers just the inevitable byproduct of big personalities working on a high-profile film, or is there genuine turmoil waiting to explode into full-blown scandal? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives into the most jaw-dropping controversies and Hollywood secrets, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. For all, in an industry where truth is sometimes stranger than fiction, you never know what twists and turns lie just around the corner.
The question is,
Until next
will the
time,
drama
stay
help It Ends
curious.
With Us
And
break
remember, in
records, or will it
Hollywood,
end up
nothing is
hurting the
ever as
project?
simple as
That's
it
something
seems.
only time